Welcome back to another episode of Marcel Hyde Mindset. Click that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I know you guys are finding values from these videos that I shoot on a weekly basis. All right, consistency is the name of the game. Consistency is key, and if you're trying to achieve a goal and you think that you can achieve this goal without being consistent, you're not going to be able to achieve anything if you're not consistent with it. If you're not consistently, like let's say you're an athlete, if you're not consistently training, then how do you expect to win? Like let's say you're a boxer, if you're not consistently doing your pad work, if you're not consistently watching video, if you're not consistently conditioning, if you're not being consistent when you're training, now when you go to the boxing match, how do you expect to win the fight? Consistency is the name of the game. People will believe in you more when you're consistent, when you show up all the time. You know, this person's consistent. And when someone says to you, this person's consistent, it's like they look at you from a high standard. You know, this person's consistent. Consistent means like we can rely on this person as well. He's consistently showing up. He's consistent with what he's doing. We can trust him. All right? So build some sense of consistency in your life with whatever you're doing. Be consistent at your job. Be consistent with your workouts. Build that habit of just being consistent with everything in your life. Be consistent in your relationships. You know, stay consistent with whatever you are doing, all right? I know we're not robots, you know, and I struggle with this personally, just like having this like structure, this rigid program that I run all the time, and I never go outside of that. And I'm working on breaking that because I'm not a robot at the end of the day. I still want to be a human being at times, right? I don't want to just be so robotic. Oh, this is what I'm doing all the time. No, it's okay to be flexible at times, right? And that's what I'm learning. You know, at one point I was just so rigid with everything I was doing. Grab my ebook. A link is in the bio. It's available for you guys. I always promote it because it's there, and you guys are just missing out on it if you don't go and grab it. You know, it's an opportunity to get to know yourself more. It's an opportunity to kind of get inside my head a little bit, my mind, and just know my thoughts. So grab that ebook. All right, today I want to talk about finishing strong. I want to talk about going all the way to the end. I want to talk about whatever you start, finish, okay? Because a lot of times people start things and they don't finish it, right? They start a new venture, right? They start a business or a project, and then you talk to them and you're like, how's that venture going? How's that business going? They say, oh, this happened and that happened. And what I want to talk about is finishing what you started, right? A lot of people start businesses, they start ventures, and then, like I said, within the next month or 2 months, like, oh, like I wasn't finding clients. They find some excuse to come up with as to why they're not continuing to do it anymore. And my thing is, everything takes time. So people have this expectation that they start something and overnight they're supposed to be a celebrity in it. Overnight they're supposed to be a master in it. It's just like you have people who have been doing that industry that you're in for 30, 40 years, and it wasn't until their 7th year that they made their first 100,000. It wasn't until their 15th year until they made their first million. So it's just like, why do you think that you could come into something and immediately get results? And I don't know if it's a generational thing, because I have some people that are close to me or that I know of, close to me and know that sometimes they start things and then you follow up with them and they've stopped it, right? And it's just like, you're not going to go anywhere unless you stick with something, right? Stick with what you started. Find something you can stick with, because I think a lot of times what we do is we find so many different things because there's so many options out there, and what we end up doing is just picking this thing and that thing. There's drop shipping, there's email marketing, there's Facebook ads, there's mortgages, there's real estate, there's financial services. So there's so many opportunities presented to us, and you know, we're just picking anything and being like, oh, I'm going to be a millionaire in that, instead of being like, okay, let me sit down and see what's my personality. What other things about my personality? Am I ENTJ? You know, there's different type of personality types. Some say there's 16 personality types. You know, do a test to figure out the Myers-Briggs test. It tell you, you know, what your personality type is. It might not be 100% accurate. It probably isn't, but it could give you a closer indication to like what type of field you should go into, what type of work you should do, you know, based on your personality. Because at the end of the day, your personality will not only flourish in a certain type of job, but it'll feel more fitting when you're aligned with your personality when you're doing a job. So you want to find that for yourself. You want to find a job that essentially fits your personality, right? You don't want to be doing something that doesn't fit your personality. Remember, guys, it's called the Myers-Briggs, all right? Myers-Briggs test. I've done it before. I've done it multiple times, actually, because I've gone on this journey of just discovering like where I'm supposed to end up. And ultimately, you're going to make the final decision with that. No test is going to do that for you. No other person's going to do that for you. You are. You know in your heart what you love, what you're passionate about, where you want to be. And if you keep digging and searching and looking, you'll eventually get there, right? You know, and I also want to say finishing strong, because finishing strong is a key thing, because being an athlete, right? And, you know, you could be up 30 points and the other team starts fighting back. They start fighting back. And I'm going to refer to basketball this time because I play basketball. And if the other team fights back, when the other team fights back and you've lightened up or you've just given up or you thought in your mind you've won, now you give the other team the opportunity to come back and win that game. So my thing is always, no matter what you're doing, to finish strong. If you're at a job and the job is coming to an end, finish strong on that job, right? Like finish the job, go through it, don't give up at the end, go all the way through. It's just like that athlete, that 100-meter sprinter. I want you guys to ask yourself this question. That 100-meter sprinter, when they're on their 100-meter race, 95 meters into the race, after they're, let's say, 10 meters ahead of everyone, do they slow down at that point? Do they stop at that point? No, they run through that line, because at the end of the day, the person behind them is point something seconds from beating them. So they know they gotta sprint as fast as they can through that line. They don't ease up at the line. Once they get through the line, that's when they can ease up. So where in your life are you not going all the way through, but you're stopping just before the finish line? Because you're actually hurting yourself. You lose by doing that. Let's say, and that reflects on who you are as a person too. Let's say like you're at a job and the job's ending and you don't go all the way through, you don't finish to the end. You know, what are you benefiting from that? You know, are you picking up bad habits? It's actually working against you, because now you're going to pick up bad habits going into whatever you're going into next. You want to keep your habits strong. You want to keep your morals. You want to keep who you are as a person, no matter what's going on, right? Even if you're up by 30 points in a basketball game, being an athlete, you still want to finish strong. You know, because how you finish is how you're going to start the next game. You know, that whatever you do, you finish strong. You know, when you do a test, you just say, oh, I'm just going to aim for 60. No, you're like, I want to get 100% on this. I want to get 95, 100. I want to do my best. So always finishing strong with whatever you're doing. Go all the way to the end. Finish strong. Whatever you start, you need to finish. Stop starting and stopping. No, you started something. You love it. You enjoy it. Just keep going with it. Keep exploring. Keep developing. Keep growing. Keep figuring out how to get better, all right? I'm telling you, I come on here every week and it's always like, I say something, I'm like, oh man, I wish I didn't say that. You know, or oh man, this could have sounded better. But that doesn't stop me from continuing to shoot videos. I'm shooting this video right now and the light is just beaming in on my camera. But I got good words, so I'm continuing to say what I want to say. So I'm telling you, you know, find something, stick with it. If it takes you a decade, it takes you a decade. But eventually, you're going to get the results that you want. And if you don't get the exact results that you want, there's going to be some benefits from doing it. Like this YouTube channel, I've already become better at communicating. I've already become better if I have to present in front of a group and just speak for 10 minutes and not feel nervous. You know, I've been able to express myself better now because of this YouTube channel. So I'm already winning, regardless of getting money from it or not. I'm not getting paid from YouTube right now. I'll be honest with all you guys. YouTube is not paying me right now. I have not made $1 from this YouTube channel, okay? So when people say it's easy, it's not. When people say they're making millions, they may not be, right? So who knows? I don't know. I haven't met anybody. I just hear of people who have made money from YouTube. Is it possible? Of course it's possible. But if you go into it just for the money, I can bet you, I can place a bet right now that you won't last, because it probably is going to take you longer than you think. It's definitely going to take you longer than you think. You think you're going to get it in a year, but YouTube says maybe you're going to get it in 10 years. You know, YouTube's like, you think you're ready, but I definitely know you're not ready. So you got to find joy in it. Whatever you're doing, find that joy, stick with it, go all the way to the end and finish strong. All right, guys? Subscribe to that channel. Hit that like button. And remember, mindset is everything, all right? Peace and love for now. And sorry about that light, guys. I tried my best, but can't control the light. Whoosh!